So, I'm currently working on creating my first game called Cyborg Samurai, and on my previous video I asked you guys what can I add to make the game better. And you gave some really cool ideas, so I went ahead and implemented them all. First up, just as Dreamkiller suggested, I went ahead and added boss fights to the game and changed the gameplay loop a bit. Now, after fighting small enemies for a bit, a boss fight appears and defeating it moves you to the next phase, resulting in new kinds of enemies spawning. There are currently 3 bosses in the game: Robo Ranger, Samurai Slayer, and a buffed up version of my previous giant enemy. Each boss has its own unique abilities. For example, Robo Ranger can dodge your attacks and has a really fast attack speed. Samurai Slayer has a lot of HP and has many variations of uninterruptible ranged attacks. And the giant boss has both melee and ranged attacks. Also, defeating every boss for the first time gives you some cool abilities. For example, first time you meet Robo Ranger, he fights alongside with a body, but if you defeat him, his body becomes yours, and from that moment on, he won't have a body with him. After adding the boss fights, I went ahead and created a support enemy just as you suggested. But unfortunately, I couldn't implement the revive system that you talked about. Instead, I created a Corruptor enemy that can send electrical waves and hack our brains. He has 2 different kinds of attacks. His first attack causes us to get confused and switches up our controls. For example, when you press the jump button, you shoot an arrow instead. And his second attack causes us to forget how to craft arrows for a set amount of time. These enemies appear randomly after a while and cannot be targeted by any of our attacks. I also added these new spider enemies that can only be hit by melee attacks. So make sure to let me know what you think about these new changes, and also if you had any cool ideas like these, I'd be happy to hear about them.